everything.
So she's in a relationship. She says she's single until married unless another man comes along and can provide more than the man that she has now. See, these women are all about the come up. They are nothing but opportunists. These are some nasty ass whores, man. And they say it's just entrepreneurship, selling their vagina to the next man who has money. Now, this ain't nothing new, but the mindset, this is new to an extent because you never seen it in mass like this before. You always knew about it, but now every woman damn near thinks like this, man.
Everything is negotiable.
So basically, he pay all your bills. He do everything.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
I mean, he sound like a pretty good guy then.
I know he is. It's a shame.
What you mean?
That's the law. I didn't make the rules. I need to make sure I have a monthly allowance. Like,
what?
Yes, what you thought?
A monthly allowance?
Absolutely. We're going to discuss that first and foremost, and then we're going to break down the other requirements.
What's the other requirements you talking about?
It's going to be paying for my tuition. It's going to be startup costs associated with my business.
I got to do all those things.
Yes, absolutely, and more. I just got started.
You got to do that and more. She just got started. So for all you suckers out there, this is your life. Beta males, this is your life. She's looking for you. This type of woman right here will never be faithful. She's only faithful to her money. She is self-centered. She's only faithful to the come up. You could be in love with this woman and she just using you till the next person come along that is better than you, and she gonna leave you holding the bag with nothing in it because she gonna monkey branch to the next man because he has more than you. This is an opportunist. This is a gold digger. A gold digger ain't nothing more than a bummy ass woman. You are a bum. When you have to depend on men like this, you have nothing going for yourself except your physical attraction and the things you know how to suck on. That's terrible. All you're going to do is eat booty for money. That is not a good look.
Why you can't pay your own bill?
Why would I when I don't have to? Like, I have the power. Like, that.
The power that she thinks she has is the power of the pussy. Do you get what I'm saying? That's terrible. That's very, very terrible. Let's keep going.
Too. Like, I have the power. Like, the cards are in my hands.
That's what you really think, huh?
That's what I know. That's why my
what
bills
you
are
think.
paid.
I like to travel. What you like to do?
I love to travel.
You do?
Yes. So where we going to buy?
I think you can travel and get the fuck out my car.
Oh!
Yes. Yes. That's a gold digger. That's an unfaithful woman. That's one of those type of shows where they try to purposely look for gold diggers and show a nice card and have a hidden camera recording the conversation. And she's revealing to you exactly what she is, man. Now listen to this woman right here. At the end of this conversation, she's gonna let you know what she's about and how she feels about being a hoe that is for sale.
Everybody getting money. We all want money. So then to say, hey, women in this culture are hoes when they do this. You know what I mean? Women in this culture are messing up by prioritizing it. It's like they're doing what everyone else is doing. And this is really what happens with black people in general. We do what white people do, and then people are like, well, why would you do that? Why would you?
So if a white person does it, if any other color does it, you need to do it too, as long as you have to sell your coochie for some money.
That's okay. You know, where'd you get that idea from? And it's like, even the audacity to think working hard gets you money, right? And then your parents got to tell you, no, you got to work twice as hard as that person to make the same amount of money, right? That's the sort of thing where it's like, we're growing up in the same world. On some level, you think this is what I'm worth. Why am I thinking I'm worth something different than what you think I'm worth? You know, if I'm seeing that people are throwing money at women from the time I'm little, and I'm like, I ain't got no money, but I see they've been throwing money at these girls over here, and I know what those girls over there look like, that's a really easy mental shortcut. As far as I'm concerned, it's like, what are you worth? At the very least, your body is worth money. Like, we all know that. Every woman kind of knows that.
Your body is worth money. She's willing to sell her soul and her body because it's worth money. This gold digging mentality is something else. We're not done yet. Hold on. Excuse me. Oh yeah, let me put that lady up there I told you who have kids just to give them away. Right now.
I have 3 boys, and let me tell you all the story about the kids I have and don't have, right? Okay. I have 3 living boys. First one lives with grandma. The second one lives with grandma. The third one got put up for adoption. None of the kids were taken. None of the kids were taken away from me. Okay? So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like people just be getting everything about my life so fucking wrong. None of my kids ever got taken. This kid has family, not gonna get taken, regardless of what end up happening. Baby's not gonna get taken my CPS. Even if I do have an open CPS case, They're not just gonna. It's not how it would. They don't just take the. It just don't work like that. And this is speaking from somebody that had several open CPS cases because he's sick.
Several open Child Protective Services cases because she is a terrible, piss poor mother.
This bitch on live on my dick. Okay. Pop. That's what I'm saying. Pop lives with grandma. Pop lives with grandma. Once the kid get over the age of 5, you got to get the fuck.
Wow. She said she'll have those kids, but when that child turns 5, the child got to get the fuck out the house and go someplace else so she can go ahead and sleep with Pookie, Nook, Nook, and Ray Ray and get some more kids. And when that kid hit number 5, that child got to go. Y'all some sorry ass women out there, bro. My humble opinion. One last one, we out here. Listen to this.
True love is direct deposits to my bank account. Cheers to the good life.
One more time from the top.
True love is direct deposits to my bank account. Cheers to the good life.
True love is direct deposit to my bank account. Here's to the good life. You gold digging. Ugh. Anyway, y'all have a good one now.
Wow.
You hear?
All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, for teaching his truth that's gone all around the earth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Atazawan Bayath, and we're back at it with another quick, short lesson, all right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and we saw, 5, 6, 7 minute clip, all right, in the beginning. And I'll just say fair use, okay? Fair Use Act, all right? I'm not making any money off of this video. You know, this is just strictly for educational purposes, all right? That fella that made that clip, you know, I don't know his name or his channel, you know, but he had some interesting clips himself that he put together, as we saw, concerning the N-Dub, really, because that's who you saw in those clips. And even that host of his, you know, of the show had his disdain for the actions of the modern day N-Dub, okay, who thinks she's clever and crafty and slick and all these different things, all right? And it just goes to show you how low the women of our nation really are, though they be 2/3, you know, just by looking at the examples that they put out there for themselves, all right? Now, we're going to get a few scriptures and a definition or two, and we'll be pretty much done with the lesson, you know, but oftentimes, just like we spoke about this, maybe a couple camps ago, it might have even been this last camp, I can't really remember, that through the Spirit we go into various different things in the scriptures, but somehow or another the Spirit leads us back to what? The N-Dub, right? And the wickedness and behavior that they display. Okay, it always seems to come back to this. And, you know, we do lessons on this just about on a weekly basis. You know, the Brotherhood goes in on these women, okay? Because essentially, you know, they're acting on behalf of Satan as well. We know that Esau is the devil, and Eve has sided with him, okay? And so she is the enemy to the Israelite man in this society, okay? So with that being said, let's just go to Matthew 24. We'll jump in right here, verse 3, and it says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privily, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" So Yahushua gave them some inside information, if you will, to tell them what will be the signs of his return. Okay. Verse 4, "And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you," right? No man, and for that matter, no woman, okay? Because there are a lot of wicked women out here, all right, deceiving people, deceiving men. So it goes on to say, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many, right? So we know about the false prophets, the false teachers, if you will, okay? But if you apply this to the way that the women are, these women are not sincere either, okay? They're just as wicked, all right? Many of them, not all, but many are out here still playing games, okay? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, and the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. And Talakia, there was something that I wanted to get. I wanted to jump down, actually, to here, to verse 12. Okay, and we'll finish this out. So these are all the different signs that we should be looking for to know that we're in the last of the last days, right? So we just jump down here to verse 12. It reads, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And it's not just talking about just men, but also these women. You see, that the love will wax cold, where people will not care, right? People will not spare another man, all right, of pain and suffering and sorrow, okay? And these women, many of them have been victimizing men. You know, it's even a thing that men are verbally and physically abused by their women, you see? And yet they're still under the protection of Esau, Edom in this society. So we'll finish this out, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, right? Because we're scattered into all nations. Okay, the Israelites are, all right? And then shall the end come. So this gospel that we know of today, this truth, okay, via the YouTube has gone all around the world, all right? But the main focal point is verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And you heard that woman at the end talk about how she gave away her children, you know, and doesn't have a problem with it. You see, and we tell you about these women, and for the younger brothers out there, you got to be very, very careful. All right, this is Proverbs 30 and 18, and it reads, there be three things which are too wonderful for me, yea, four which I know not. Verse 19, the way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent on a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid, right? So these are four things that may cause a man who has great wisdom still to think and ponder on, okay? Now we go on to the next verse. And as much as that may make a man ponder, right, or to think on, verse 20, such is the way of an adulterous woman, right? You look at that in amazement and marvel, okay? She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness, right? So that a man, a wise man, could see a woman in her ways of wickedness, and an adulterous woman will act like she's done nothing, right? Callous, right? Careless, you see? And a wise man will look at that and marvel at how is she able to even go about her life like that. All right, just to give, you know, an example, just so that you can see what's being said right through the scripture. Okay? So let's go over here to Ecclesiasticus 25. All right, let's jump in here at we can come in here. Let's see. Let's just jump in at verse 12. It reads, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him." Right? We have that fear of the Lord, you know, that shows our love towards the Lord, right? And we have that faith, and that's how we perform the things that the Lord said for us to do to the best of our abilities. All right. Now going on, it says what? "Give me any plague but the plague of the heart or of the mind, and any wickedness but," right? "Except the wickedness of a woman," right? No man wants to deal with a wicked woman, right? Verse 14, "And any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies," right? And in today's world, many of the women are a man's enemy, right? Verse 15, "There is no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth," right? You can see some men, you know, you can see a woman walk past you, or you may be working in an office space and women are around or working that office, and you can almost sense which ones, oh man, I would never try to talk to her or try to get to know her, you know, just by that look in their eyes and the walk that they have, and in some cases their conversation. Okay, it's a turnoff to a real man. All right, so let's go on to verse 18. "Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth that he shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her," right? And that's why you find that a lot of lessons on a weekly basis deal with the wickedness of women today, because you give all signs and indication that you're basically your devil yourself, you know. Now, again, that excludes the sisters, okay, that have repented. All right, and we try to make mention of that because we're not here to offend anybody in the sense of just being belligerent, okay, but just to tell you what the scriptures say, all right, just to inform you that, you know, men know the difference. Real men know the difference between a woman, right, or a female, you know, versus what you would call a lady or a virtuous woman, okay? If that makes sense to you, all right? Verse 20, "As the climbing up a sandy way is the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man," right? A man can't have any peace when you have a woman that just consistently bumps her gums and can't shut her stinking pie hole, right? Always spewing out flames of fire through her mouth, okay? "Stumble not at the beauty," verse 21, "Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudent, and much reproach. A wicked woman abateth the courage, making a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die right." And for those women out there, you know, and we know, you know, you listen to these videos, you know what category you fall in, right? But many women, you're not the prize, all right? But you heard those clips, you know, and you got women who are so delusional that they think a man has to pay for them, okay, to make their lives pleasurable. All right, the man is the prize. We'll get to that in a second. All right, so that's pretty much all I wanted to get from that. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just finish it out. All right. Verse 25, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad, right? Because many women, you're taking girls' trips and you're doing this and that and, you know, going out on your husbands, being wicked, thinking wicked thoughts, okay? While you out there with your girls. You see, and here you are a whole married woman to a man, all right? And you're out there gallivanting around, all right, like some teeny bopper. And this is, we talk about grown women here for an example. You know, women in their 40s, you know, early 40s or 50s, you know, walking around trying to act like they're 17 years old again. Okay? Verse 26, if she go not as thou wouldst have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. All right, that's an instruction for a man to do. Okay? And like I was getting into, you have these women who are giving their men hell, and really just because Satan is on them. This is a word known as vitriol, okay? And it says abusive or venomous language used to express blame or censor bitter, deep-seated ill will, all right? And that's the way women talk to men today, all right? Because they have a false sense of security. Okay, you better not touch me, right? They call the law on you. So let's go over here and look at what Merriam-Webster has for vitriol. It says bitterly harsh or caustic language or criticism, all right? I think here they got some different synonyms. It says here bitterness, hostility, vile, severity, anger, malice, acrimony. All right. So yeah, you know, you have many women who speak with that devilish forked tongue, man. You know, the fire and flames come out of their mouth. You know, whether it be, you know, them with their attitude and the twisting of their neck and rolling their eyes and waving their fingers and clapping their false nails together while they speak to you. You know what I'm talking about, okay? Spewing out venomous words towards a man, okay? This is Micah 7:7, right? And the point is in 10, but you know, I sometimes start at verse 7, all right? Because this is what we as the Israelite men have to look forward to, and that is the Lord is our help, and whatsoever we need, we're waiting upon the Lord, okay? Micah 7:7, therefore I will look unto the Lord Yahweh. I will wait for the Most High of my salvation, all right? My power will hear me, Salakia. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy, right? And these women today, a lot of them are the enemy of their own man, okay? When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord Yahweh shall be a light unto me, right? You know, you got these women out here like that one clip he had, you know, talking about that woman giving away those children, you know, to this one and that one, and, you know, in her mind, she sees nothing wrong with it, okay? It's pure wickedness, all right? And taking those kids and sending them wherever, you know, if the father's not even giving the father of the child the opportunity to take the child and just raise the child himself, unless there's a payment. You know, what did the one lady say, you know, something to the effect that the only thing that makes her happy is that direct deposit, you see? And that's how these women are rolling, all right? Verse 9, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, right? And shall, Salakia, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets, right? So you women have caused a lot of undue pain, unnecessary pain and suffering on a man in this society, and you will get your payback, okay? And us men, we have something to look forward to, all right? This is Isaiah 13, and we'll start right there, verse 11, and it reads, I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, right? And these women have that haughtiness about them, right? High-minded, haughty, you know, and you're just terrible people upon the earth, wreaking havoc on men's lives, you see? And as you can clearly see, that when men speak about this, they're not making it up, because on the internet has, as you would say, the receipts of everything that you women do, that you put out there on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, and all these different things, the things that you say and you do, that you record. You think it's not gonna come back to bite you, all right? So we'll finish this out. Verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. You see, so the man is the prize, not the women, all right? You women, you better get it right, okay? Time is just about out, all right? You've made a fool of yourself, really, okay? You talk a lot of crap to your man, you try to belittle him, all right? And you think just because you got one or two people coming into your inbox, okay, and you got one or two men whistling at you at work, knowing you got a whole husband, now you think you somebody, all right? And various other ways that women do it, okay? I'll just mention in a few ways that it's done, okay? So yeah, anyway, you see the clips, and as I said, we speak about it a lot, through the spirit. It always brings it back, all right, to the wickedness of these modern day so-called black women, all right? So right there, we'll leave it right there. It's not a popular lesson to do with the women, again, the sisters, this doesn't go out to you, okay? But it does show you, and for yourselves, there are many people maybe that that are like that, okay? And that the men are not making this up, all right? So we'll just end it right there. Real short lesson, all right? Giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakak Wadash, all right? And we'll say shalom, and we'll see you on the next lesson, Lord willing, all right? Shalom.